was awake. My sister had woken me up again, and now I lay staring at the cardboard roof of our tent. My mind was filled with questions. Is that rain again? I pictured how muddy the dump would be. What did I find for us to eat today? Jesus, can you hear me? Do you see us? Ever since my mother had left for a job in the rice fields 2 years ago, I had taken care of the twin sisters. After a few months, I stopped believing my mother would come back. Things had been hard then, but we got harder when the earthquake hit the country of Haiti. Still, I had kept my sisters alive. We were all together. In order to find food, I took a long walk each day to the local dump. One morning, as usual, I got up early in the morning and gathered my bags. I kissed the twin sisters and told them, "Stay in the tent, stay together, and stay safe." Before I left, I prayed for their safety as I waved goodbye. I picked my way through muddy roads and jumped over ditches until the mountain of freshly dumped loads of garbage came into sight. The smell of burnt, rotten trash filled my nose. People built little fires all over the dump to burn down the mounds that had already been picked over. I joined hundreds of others who were crawling all over the dump on the hunt for bits of food, maybe rice, crust of old bread, or half-eaten fruit. My sharp eyes scanned each foot of garbage. As I moved slowly over the heaps, I made up stories. It helped me pass the time. In the evenings, I would tell these stories to my sisters. I liked to make them laugh and forget they were hungry.
Hi, my name is Pastor Brian. I had traveled a long way to Haiti to help people, but I was frustrated as I watched the children hunting through junk. What am I doing here, Lord? What can I give them?
I noticed a tall white man with clean clothes. I spotted his camera and thought he must be one of the news people who had come to report about Haiti after the earthquake. But he seemed different. She hid behind the broken refrigerator and watched him stepping carefully through the mess. I followed his every move. She was trying to be so quiet, but as she inched forward to get a better look, her foot caught on something and she fell.
I heard a noise close by. Then I saw her, pigtails sticking up from her head, as she raised herself up from the ground. Oh, it's a little girl. Are you okay? What could I give her? She doesn't look like she has any plan for lunch. He touched a granola bar in his pocket. It was his backup plan for lunch. And he gave the bar out to her.
I was so nervous and afraid. If anyone else sees him, they will come over here. Quickly, she took a few steps, grabbed the bar, and shoved it under her shirt. She ran straight home, happy to have something to share with her sisters.
I slowly made my way back to where the other team members were gathering. But I could not get the little girl's face out of my head. What's her story, Lord? You see her, and you love her. You have not forgotten her. Please be with her. That night, I couldn't sleep at all. He thought of all he had seen that day, the dump, orphanages, and crowded schools. Lord, I don't know what you're asking of me. I have more questions than answers. Lord, if there's anything else I can do for that child, please give me the chance. Let me be able to tell her that you see her and you remember her.
At home that night, I opened the wrapper of granola bar and shared it with my sister. The next day, I returned to the dump. I wonder about the man I met yesterday. Who is he? Will he be there again today? God, please give me a chance to thank him. As I turned the corner, there he was. The man was surrounded by children. I wanted to see what he was doing. There was a big crowd. I sighed and thought, he won't even see me. I wish I could thank him for yesterday, but I'm sure he wouldn't remember me. And I don't even know his language.
Brian counted the growing crowd. Will we have enough food? I asked myself. As he bent down to grab more sandwiches to hand out, he saw the girl that he had seen yesterday. There she is. He handed her a ham sandwich and repeated the simple phrase that he learned this morning. Opa blie, which means, you are not forgotten.
He saw me. I could tell he remembered me. I wanted to tell him how grateful I was for the food and for the way he noticed her. I thought, what can I give him? I looked down at my sandwich. It was a large sandwich, big enough to share with my sisters tonight. I knew what to do. Ripping the sandwich in half and sneaking up behind him, I tucked half of sandwich into one of his giant pockets.
Messi, thank you, I said, and gave her a hug. She is showing me more about giving than I've ever learned. I held up the half sandwich, smiled, and took a big bite. Her eyes lit up. She looked like she had just received the best present in the world.
I laughed and cried all the way home. I couldn't wait to give my sisters the sandwich the man had given her. He had been so kind to me. When he realized I had 2 sisters, he collected a couple extra sandwiches for me to take home. As the twins ate happily, I told them how I had shared the sandwich with the kind man and the good feeling it had given me. I told them about the look in his eyes and how he had hugged me so tight, just like Mama used to do. I told my sisters, I want to do more giving. Tomorrow at the dump, I look for something I can share. It's easy to give to others when you remember this. You're not forgotten.